Hello everyone, welcome to the Borderline Otaku podcast. It's yours truly, Borderline Otaku.
And Alex, that's me. Woo!
This is technically...
I belong here.
This is technically episode, I'm going to call it 0.1, because
okay.
Well, because I don't want to call it episode 1 yet, because I might redo the name and things like that. Make a better name for it.
0.1 out of 300 episodes, so we got 0.2, 0.3, all the way till, someday we'll hit 1.
Someday. Yeah, years in the future. This week, we actually have topics.
Yeah.
So I actually want to get... Have you been watching anime, Alex?
I've been watching Tales of Zestria X2, second season.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
I've been watching a lot of anime this week.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. That's what I've been watching, because I got on 9 anime, and I was like, okay, time to watch stuff, and I've been watching stuff. So.
That's good. I plan on finishing the 7 Deadly Sins today, seasons 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. I started Kill la Kill.
Oh yeah?
The first episode of Kill la Kill is pretty great. I only watched the first episode.
It's really good though. Everything about it is great, and it gets kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty funny too. There's a lot of good, just funny moments that.
Yeah, it already got ridiculous, like her whole outfit reveal and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's gonna be more ridiculous.
Great. And then what else? I'm watching a lot of ongoing stuff right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like Love Tyrant. I'm gonna start watching Uro Manga Sensei here pretty soon.
I saw that on the list that you gave me.
Yeah, and I've heard good things about it, so I'll check it out. Then I'm watching the ReZero short form stuff.
Oh yeah?
I'm on the second season of that, which that's different. That's interesting. Where it's like they're not in the other world, they're in the human world, like in our world, like in Japan. Like everyone is, like Amelia.
Okay.
And things like that.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the most part, that's really all I've been watching. After I get done with the 7 Deadly Sins, I would like to go back into the Monogatari series. Maybe I'll watch the movies and then get into the second series, and then when the new series comes out, start watching that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. When you have a series that has just a lot of seasons to it, it can be a bit difficult to actually get with it sometimes.
Yeah, I feel that. That's why I'm so intimidated to start like other things like Bleach and Dragon Ball and Naruto and stuff like that.
I started Bleach. I got to episode 100 something, and I haven't watched it in 4 months.
Jeez.
Because the arc they're on right now is actually super boring, and I don't actually want to. I don't like skipping things. People are always like, "Yeah, you can just skip this part." I'm like, I don't like to skip things.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah. I'm also watching a Miss Kobayashi. They're doing a specials thing where it's just 3-minute long things, but they're taking forever to come out. For some fucking reason. Because I watched the first one, and I'm like, oh, cool, can't wait for the next one. I think the second episode came out a couple days ago, and I watched, the first episode of that right as Kobayashi was, ending. So a couple weeks ago. So, who knows?
Nobody knows.
So, I guess since we're off, since we already talked about what we're watching what we've been watching and things like that, we can move on to our topics.
Oh, good. Those things.
So, for the most part, what we're going to be talking about first is some live-action anime trailers for movies that are coming out.
Yeah.
So, the first one on our list here is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, the movie.
It's garbage.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, you're going to hear this on all of them. I hate all of them. The only one that I was thinking of giving a chance was Death Note, but
really?
by the end of the trailer, I was like, not so much.
Yeah, because I don't know. We'll get to Death Note because I have the most to say.
Okay, but JoJo, I can't. I can't stand anime as live action anything. Like almost on like no matter what it is, I can't. I don't like how it looks because, well, it's very different considering it's Japanese people when they animate their characters as just like not at all Japanese people.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Very rarely will I see an anime like, and they actually look Japanese.
Yeah.
Because like it's its own art style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like based off like European people, but it's definitely its own thing.
Here's the thing about anime, it doesn't look like real people. It's just not real people. Like no one on Earth looks like the people in anime in most cases.
Definitely.
And so when you try to translate that to live action, it's just like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, with the whole JoJo thing, like watching it again, because I learned about this when it like first got announced, because the whole like 20th anniversary thing, and what they're doing for that. I mean, before I give like a too solid of an opinion on it, I would like to see more, like an actual trailer.
Yeah, it was like nothing. It was just like these weird clips, and then whatever his name is, because I'm not at part 4 yet. He just turns around. And he's like, "Who?"
It's not Yosuke. Josuke.
Josuke.
Pretty sure it's Josuke, but he has a different weird last name.
I'm still in part 3, so I don't know.
Yeah, I need to catch up with JoJo, man. I watched the first part of episode 4, and I thought it was really good, but... Alright, actually, I think I watched a couple of them. What could possibly go wrong? So... like, honestly, so... Like, so, the thing is, I think that style-wise, they kind of nailed it. Like, with the colors and things like that, they were kind of giving off, like, the purple.
Yeah.
And things like that. Because, I would say that at least the anime of Part 4 has a very different art style, than all the others. Maybe not. Maybe it's just been forever since I've watched, like, Part 3 and stuff like that. But it was definitely a lot more colorful and more, like, it pops out.
Yeah, okay.
And then you get, like halfway through, I think it's like 13 seconds in, you see somebody go flying, and like Josuke is standing there. Am I getting that name wrong? My fucking internet's not going to work here. Let me see. But and you see this dude go flying, and obviously it's a stand. But there's something that I'm kind of it's Josuke. There's something I'm kind of scared about for Death Note as well. Is that hopefully we will see stands, and they won't be just like, it's like, yeah, I can't see them. You know what I mean?
That's stupid. That would be so stupid.
I know. And it's like, because you're a normal person. You can't see it. Yeah, But,
kill yourself.
I doubt, though, they're not going to do that. The scene that's like 13 seconds in where somebody goes flying, I'm sure that's like at the beginning of the movie, and like... towards the beginning where like stands get revealed for the first time, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm quite interested because, of course, like there have been live action movies of animes before. Because you have Assassination Classroom that has a live action movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah, it does.
I don't want to watch it ever.
And then you have like Another, which has a live action movie, which. To me, Another could work a lot better because it's like a horror mystery kind of Final Destination thing, but I heard it's not that great. And then you have the 2 Japanese Death Note movies,
right?
Which I haven't watched those, so I can't really say anything about it. I haven't looked into those all that much. So, I mean, it kind of sucks because I can really only talk about in depth the last 2 movies we're going to talk about, because Part 4 I'm not all that familiar with, and the next one we're going to talk about I'm not all that familiar with as well.
Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the original series all the way through.
Okay.
I didn't watch Brotherhood.
So you'll probably be able to talk about that more than me.
Yeah. I'm going to go right into why this thing pisses me off.
Okay.
First of all, there's a lot of anime out there that they're not they don't look like Japanese people, but they are.
Yeah.
Okay, they have Japanese names.
Yeah.
Number one thing that makes me mad about Fullmetal Alchemist live action is in the anime they're not Japanese. All you have to do is look at their name. The last name, the main character is Edward Elric.
Yeah.
Very, very much not Japanese. And it just throws me off. And in the trailer, he looks dumb. He's got blonde hair, like long blonde hair. It looks super dumb.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it.
I kind of feel you because like not a lot. I don't think I've ever seen a Japanese person have blonde hair. It's usually a darker color of hair.
Yeah.
So it is off and kind of weird, but at the same time, you know, it's like obviously it came from Japan. It originated in Japan. Of course, these like.
Well, yeah, I know, but
there's
they should. Here's the solution: don't make it.
Don't make it. Okay, so I guess we'll get to it when we talk about Death Note, but like that's always like a fine line, isn't it? Where it's just like some people will be like, I mean, this kind of looks weird because these don't look like the characters I know. But of course, if you cast like a white person, it'd be like, oh, you're whitewashing. Why are you doing this?
Okay, well, yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's like it's a very thin line. Because I kind of agree with you that live action anime movies aren't all that great. I mean, I heard Ghost in the Shell was okay. I haven't seen Ghost in the Shell.
I haven't seen it.
I mean, I have the original movie. That movie is a movie you're gonna have to watch a couple times because it's weird and it gets very like philosophical and things like that.
Oh God! Oh, it's just the cat. Jesus.
But yeah, like I can't talk about Fullmetal Alchemist. I do plan on watching it eventually, but there are like 2 different series of them, and I want to say aren't they both like 24 episodes or something like that?
Probably more. I don't know, but
yeah,
you just need to watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah,
it's the same story, but it's told in a differently, and by the end, everyone says it's way better.
Okay, that's interesting. They pretty much like did a Hellsing Ultimate on it, I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, hey, this is better.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing.
Now that the manga's actually finished, we can do a better job.
But see, I tried to watch it, but it's just like I had already seen the original, and I don't know. I was like, I'm kind of bored. I've seen all this.
Yeah, fair enough. So, I mean, I would like to see like more stuff coming up because all these are teasers, so we can't like.
Yeah, they're like super short, and they don't show like a ton of stuff.
Yeah, and like these next 2, I can speculate on a little bit more because like, and you know, on JoJo's Part 4, like you see the arrow. Which, do you know what the arrow is, Alex?
No.
It's how... So, if you get stabbed with this arrow, 2 things can happen. You die, or you get a stand.
Oh, well...
And cool. So, that's like what the whole arrow is, and the arrow showed up in Part 4. And I think you learn later on that's how Dio got his stand, and that's why all the Joestars got stands, is because he stabbed himself with that arrow.
Cool. Well, let's get that arrow. Let's do it. I will take the 50-50.
Yeah, but so the arrows in there and things like that, and of course I don't know what villain they're going to use. They're probably going to use the main villain for Part 4. I don't remember his name. Rohan? Is that his name?
Fuck you, Rohan.
Maybe not. I think that's the little kid. I think that's the little kid. It's the like. Oh, Kira? It's Kira. I think it's Kira is the main villain of Part 4. So they might use Kira. I don't know. I could probably look into that a little bit better and see if it is actually Kira. Do any of these guys look like Kira?
Kira from Death Note.
Let's see. So there's a video here talking with everyone in their like outfits and things like that. Jotaro. Yeah. We're getting a Jotaro.
Seriously?
Yeah, in this part. Okay, so it doesn't seem like they have anyone cast as Kira. So maybe they won't use Kira. And as I said, I'm not familiar enough with Part 4 to talk any other villains, but
I don't know anything about it at all. So
yeah, and then who knows? They might make a second movie depending on like what they do with this and how they leave it open and things like that.
Sure.
So let's move on to our next one, the one I can talk about a little bit more. Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, good.
Okay, for real, I feel that Tokyo Ghoul can be cool.
Yeah, probably.
Because
It has potential, I suppose.
yeah, because at least the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, and I haven't read the manga, so I can't say. I'm not a big manga guy. But it definitely seems like, because Tokyo Ghoul season 1 wasn't really all that action heavy.
Mm-mm.
It was more kind of like getting used to the world and things like that, and introducing characters and being like, oh, this is what we do, this is what we don't do, and things like that.
Yeah, it wasn't action heavy, but I know for a fact that it was way less confusing than season 2.
I didn't even watch season 2. I've heard things about season 2 and I never watched it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I liked it because there's a few moments in it where Kaneki's like, "Oh, that was badass."
Yeah.
But it's really confusing. It's really fucking confusing.
Yeah, if you like look through the trailer, we have the hunters or whatever the hell they were called. You have like the old dude with the gray hair who has his like weapon. What were they called in Tokyo Ghoul?
Oh, I don't remember.
You see Kaneki in his mask with his whatever, his ghoul powers.
I am a ghoul.
Ghoul power.
Half ghoul, actually.
Names.
Well, I don't even know if he's half ghoul. He's like
Kagune?
what? What are you talking about?
They're called Kagunes.
Oh, okay. I'm just over here contemplating what part of, like, percentage of Kaneki is actually ghoul, considering they just gave him organs.
I mean, quite a bit. Because he
Yeah.
got fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, somebody just like was like, I'm gonna make these fall. Get wrecked.
Yeah, and I wonder if we're just going to be like sticking with hunters the entire time with them or what.
I think I would. I don't know, actually. I don't know what I would. want
Or
to
if
do.
we're going to get that Jason looking dude. I forget his name. The dude who would like tortures Kaneki at the end.
Oh yeah, you gotta count down, bitch.
Yeah.
Count down. Keep your sanity, and then start cracking your hands and whatnot. It's all very good.
I'm looking at pictures of him, but I can't fucking get his name. Oh, getting the cannibal dude would be cool.
Oh yeah. I remember him.
Because that was a cool scene in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably very limited on what they can do, obviously. Yamori was his name. But he had like a different name. I know he had a different name. Let me actually... Yamori... Okay, so he is referred to Jason.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, kind of cool.
Okay, because like I wanted to say Jason because he wore the hockey mask, but I'm like it's probably not. But no, he is referred to Jason.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, his aliases are Yamori or Jason, but his real name is Yakumo Umori. Yeah, it'd be cool to get him. It'd be cool to get the. It'd be cool to get the cannibal dude, but honestly, we'll probably be stuck with like the hunters.
Yeah.
The agency and whatever.
I'll admit that it has potential, but I mean,
Yeah.
I would still never see it because I'm just completely against live action anime films.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, so I mean, out of all of these, Tokyo Ghoul is probably the one I'm more excited about.
Okay.
So yeah. So the last live action thing we're going to be talking about here, Death Note, the Netflix.
Death Note. It looks super weird.
Yeah, like talk about whitewashing.
It's actually okay, I can't tell. Because you look at it and you're like, this is interesting, and you're like, it's Netflix, and then it's like, why does it seem so corny?
Yeah, like, because it's set in Seattle, I guess, because you see the needle or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Yeah, is that right? Seattle, Washington? Is that where the Space Needle is?
It's in Seattle. Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was just asking.
Pretty sure, actually. Okay, now you got me questioning it.
I'm pretty sure it's in Seattle. But yeah, you have a dude who doesn't look anything like L, or no, sorry, Light. Like some,
Yeah. Yeah.
some blonde dude.
Yeah.
L is black.
Yeah.
You got this fucking Ferris wheel collapsing. You have a girl who has dark hair that I'm assuming is Mikasa. Is that her name?
I actually don't remember her name.
No, that's not it. That's not it. I'm thinking of fucking Attack on Titan.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, hold on, wait. Actually, it's Misa. It's Misa Amane.
Yes.
So, like, you have a girl who doesn't even look like that, and they're like making out on like in this hallway here.
Yeah.
And like, and that was the whole thing. Like, Light never really liked Misa all that much.
Nope. He's like, I can use her.
Yeah, it was like that was literally all he was. He's like a manipulative little fuckhead.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm actually like decently excited about Death Note is that Ryuk is voiced by William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. As soon as I heard him, I was like, "That's Willem Dafoe. It's the Green Goblin."
And so I hope they were able to do Ryuk right. I don't want Ryuk in like the trailer to be like hiding in the shadows the entire time. Like I want to be able to see Ryuk, and I want him to be in the movie a lot because he's in the anime a lot.
Yes, and he's a great character.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like fuck. Like there's just so much. Because if you're gonna have L, like what the fuck are they gonna do? I said this from the beginning. I really don't feel that this single movie can be faithful to the source material at all.
Yeah.
It's already not faithful to the source material because there is a lot of Death Note. Like I have the first two manga of Death Note, but they're the black editions, so it's volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I want to say there's 4 black editions, and like then you have like 25 episodes of the original anime, right? Is that right? It's up there.
Something like that.
And then like if you're using L, like you fucking better do L really good, because like Light and L's dynamic in that movie or in the anime was just so fucking amazing, and like probably the best part of that anime in my opinion. I didn't,
definitely. It definitely.
I didn't like the people who came later, like oh fuck, what's his name? He was like the blonde version of L. Shit, what's his name?
Oh yeah,
Nier.
I know who you're talking about.
Nier.
Those guys. Yeah.
Like Nier and Mello. I don't think really stuck around all that much.
I didn't care for them either, actually.
Yeah, and then like there's so much because like before L even dies, like Misa gets a fucking death note, and there's a new Shinigami introduced, and like the Shinigami like sacrifices his life to save Misa, and like there's a whole second death note, and I just like I don't know how this can really be faithful.
It's not going to be able to, especially since they probably won't even be able to pull off L's character that well.
And like,
because it's a hard character to pull off. He's a weird guy.
He really is a weird guy. And like, do I have a problem with L being black? No, I don't. It's just like, it's very jarring.
It is jarring. I'll give it that.
And like, oh god, I hope they didn't cast him to be black, because like L and Light are the opposites of each other, so we casted a white dude and a black dude.
That would be so stupid. Like, that's the dynamic.
Because like L and Light were like the opposites of each other, but at the same time they were very similar, like intellect wise, and like how they were always outsmarting each other, and just like amazing stuff like that. And just like, L is a very weird character. Like,
so weird. Like,
he's not your like traditional character, like him eating sweets all the time, like him always like curled up in his ball because it makes him smarter. And like here, I'm gonna pull the manga off my shelf real quick and just like scroll through it. When does volume 4 end? Volume 4 ends when Light has Misa, like, locked up and held captive.
Okay, I remember that.
And then, like, then he makes himself, like, lose his memories. Wasn't that a whole thing?
Yeah, because it was some, like, when you, what is it? What do you do with the Death Note? And you lose all your memory or something?
Yeah, he did something where it's like, I'm gonna lose my memory until this, like, date or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
but
this
there's, like,
time.
it was, like, a rule.
Oh, wasn't it
Of,
if you gave up ownership of the Death Note, like you'd lose all memory of using the Death Note?
Yeah. It was, like, some kind of...
Yeah, so you, like, gave up.
But it was all planned.
Yeah.
It was all planned to get it back. He just had to get through the interrogation.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Cause like Death Note is a very like psychological thing
Yeah.
because like everyone is trying to outsmart everyone, and
Yeah,
just
and
like
when you have something on that scale, it's just super difficult to condense it into a movie.
yeah, and like I think that's where because like the Japanese Death Note movies, there's two of them, and even those I've heard don't stay faithful. So it's just like I don't know, man. Like I feel that like the reason I'm okay with like Japanese anime adaptations because I feel that Japanese are more like they're more faithful to the source, like because usually like in animes and things like that hardly do like animes go off source. And like I feel with like American directors and stuff like that, they're like, oh, we got to make it ours. We're just going to use this intellectual property and make our own story, kind of thing. But we're going to still be like enough to make it familiar. But like, Death Note has a huge following.
Yeah,
and like, there's even like, I'm sure if you went to the Death Note trailer, like to the side, like to the side, you can see like, oh, the Death Note movie trailer is horrendous. Death Note Netflix live action already sucks. Like, and things like that. And so it's just like it's got to be super weird tackling something with like such a big audience.
Yeah.
Because you like it doesn't take a lot to piss off that audience, especially if they're like diehard fans.
And there's plenty of those.
Yeah. And because there's like for me there is a lot of stuff I'd like to see on the big screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I would want it to be as faithful as possible. Like for example, like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. They made that movie. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is my favorite book series like ever.
Yeah, I actually want to start reading it.
And there are he's going to make like 3 more books in that series. He's like, yep, I'm going to be done after Library of Souls. And then he like released the spin-off Tales of the Peculiar, which like takes place in the universe, and he's like, oh, I'm going to make 3 more.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. But, like, you watch the movie, and it's like, oh, yeah, this is pretty faithful. And then you get towards the end, and it's like, oh, there's skeletons everywhere. What the fuck? And, you're like, I don't remember this. And
this is not it.
And so, like, sure, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, it's cool seeing all these characters and stuff like that and on the big screen. But at the same time, it's just like, oh, okay, they added this thing for no reason, I guess, just to glamour it up. So, like, man, when does this come out? It comes out, like, September or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't
August 25th.
Okay.
So, it's just... We'll see. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll be out of basic by then. But, I don't know. It's just super weird. It's just like something's just off about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like watching that, like the whole Ferris wheel collapsing and things like that. Like that's why the new Mummy movie. I know I'm gonna hate that movie because I feel that they're just shoehorning in a bunch of action into it when it's not needed, and that's not to me. That's not what the Mummy is. Like, sure,
right. So, okay. thing about the Mummy, I'm still unclear on if it's supposed to be related to like the Brendan Fraser thing. The Mummy?
So like Universal has tried to keep doing this like whole like cinematic universe thing, and they tried that with Dracula Untold, but Dracula Untold totally fucking flopped.
I never even saw that.
Yeah, I think I saw it. It was okay, but it was just way too much action for a fucking Dracula movie.
Mm.
But like, because like when I think of Dracula and the Mummy and things like that, sure I think of like the more recent stuff like Bram Stoker's Dracula, and then I think of like the 1932 Bela Lugosi Dracula, then like the Boris Karloff Mummy, and then you have the Brendan Fraser movies and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they should have left it. But I feel that they're trying to inject too much action into like these like classic horror monsters, and I feel that's why I'm not going to like these, and that's why I thought Dracula Untold was okay at best.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just like mindless action, but it like so. What the fuck was my point? What wasn't even my point?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel that they're just trying to like because they're. I think that sometimes like the people in Hollywood are just like, oh, we're bringing over a Japanese thing. No one's gonna know what the fuck this is, and well, they gotta know to some point, right? So when they bring it over, they're just like trying to make it like they have to Americanize it, because
yeah,
the most people who are on Netflix probably don't watch anime. You know what I mean? Because it's probably like older people who just didn't get into that. So it's just like we have to make this appealing to everyone instead of just like this niche audience. Whereas, you know, Death Note is pretty big over here. It's probably one of the biggest animes in America.
Yeah.
But it's just like they have to generalize it for everyone. They have to make it available to everyone, and that kind of fucks with it.
Yeah.
They have to just like throw shit in, but I don't know. That's my opinion. You got anything to say about the Death Note movie, Alex?
I'm gonna watch it because it's gonna be on Netflix and it's probably gonna suck, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. So that's enough of live action stuff. If there are any more like live action anime movies we don't know about, maybe leave them down in the comments and we'll talk about them next week, maybe.
Remember.
Okay, so on to like some more different stories and things like that.
Yeah.
This next one, it's a Kotaku article that I found really fucking weird. That I just saw and it caught my eye immediately. So I found a thing on Kotaku that I caught my eye instantly. It's called "Anime Malware Locks Your Files Unless You Play a Game."
Right.
So let me just kind of read the first paragraph here. In 2017, even malware is anime. Anyone affected by the new malware, ransomware, named after the anime-style game Tohu Seirensen, I probably butchered that. Undefined fantastic objects, what it translates to, has to score over 2 million points on the game's lunatic level, or they won't be able to access their computer files. And so if you scroll down in the article here, I'll put everything we talked about down below in the description. So if you go down, to me it looks like a bullet hell kind of game. And that's exactly what it is. And so it's I don't know, it's like so fucking weird how you have to like beat the hardest thing, like the hardest like difficulty and score 2 million points in a bullet hell. Like, fuck. Or you can't, your computer's fucked at that point.
You screwed my shit, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, ransomware is a malicious band of malware that holds files hostage until you pay its creator a fee. After it installs, it locks down your computer's functions. A message usually explains what users have to do to remove it. Victims have lost several millions of dollars in the process of retrieving files from hackers' malware. The FBI reports. It's a super serious problem like many things. It's is really funny when someone makes it anime. So, there's this window here that it says... here, let me... Oh, fuck, that didn't make it any better. It's like, warning, your system has been encrypted by Rinse. What the hell is it? The captain encrypted your precious data like documents, music, pictures, and some kind of project files. It can't be recovered without this application because they're encrypted with highly strong encryption algorithm using RAND. How can I recover my files? That's easy. You just have to play TH2 Undefined Fantastic Object and score over 0.2 billion and lunatic level. This application will detect the TH12 process and score automatically. Do not try cheating or terminate this application.
Yeah.
Like, and I love how it's just like the creator told me I was bored over an email. Yeah, I was bored. Its creator told me over email. The creator fell asleep after releasing the joke onto GitHub, and when he woke up, he learned through Twitter that his malware had spread. I realized that it had become a huge accident and was confused, he said. He's not sure how many were affected, but added that in the programming process, he'd accidentally infected himself. When asked whether he could score the 0.2 billion by himself, the creator said, oh, nope. I love how the last line of this article is, let this be a warning to you all. Anime was a mistake.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? Like, this dude literally, he's like, sure, I'll, fuck it. I'll release it.
Yeah.
I'll release it, and then he fell asleep, and then he woke up, and he was just like, oh, shit. Like, this spread. Well, oops.
Whoops.
And then he was just like, and it affected himself, and he was just like, oh, okay, no.
I've made a mistake.
Yeah. Because, like, obviously, if he made it, he knows, like, oh, this is a score that I can't even get, so fuck those guys. And so when he got infected himself, he's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah, he did an error.
Like, I mean, I will say it's a more like creative, more creative malware thing.
Yeah.
You know, malware is not all that great. But it reminds me of the memes virus from the Joel streams, from his Windows 10 stream, where he like opened it and just like a bunch of fucking windows kept popping up.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And so it's just like, man, like, just I don't like. I'm trying to wrap my head around this, because who just makes a thing? Who makes a virus? And it's just like, yeah, I'll put it on this website. And then is just like, oh shit, it got big. What? Like, it can spread around. It's like, that's the point of a virus.
I wasn't ready for this.
And it's just like, he infected himself too. Yeah. So like, obviously, I guess he didn't take this thing seriously.
I don't know. He said it was a joke.
Yeah.
I was joking.
Yeah, he's like, I was bored. Was like, fuck it,
Can't you forgive me? No, you screwed everything. I can't get my shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was just like, it's just like he did it, and he was like, oh, sorry. Like,
whoops.
And he traced it to him. He, like, immediately designed software that neutralized ransomware and uploaded it to GitHub. So, like, he had to make the entire, like, cure for this malware thing, upload it, and be like, oh, I'm sorry I made this highly infectious malware.
And now the government is going to use it against China.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I mean, that's really all I can say about that story.
Yeah, it is really weird.
Yeah, it's just interesting. So something I kind of want to talk about that's not on the list here, but it's on the sidebar, and I was kind of thinking about talking about it anyway. That later this year, Splatoon will debut as a manga.
What?
the ink game on Nintendo Wii, where you like go around and shoot people with ink and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
So that's gonna be a manga.
What is it gonna be about?
Here, let me pull up the article real quick. So, but this raises a question for me. Mm-hmm. The only other Nintendo. Oh, like apparently they haven't said much.
Oh, they haven't said much.
Because all I see is comments. So they just said it was a thing. Maybe when we get closer.
Hey guys, this is a thing.
Yeah.
And then they shut the door and everyone's like, "How what? You need more information.
Because, like, people knew it was a thing in Japan, that it was happening in Japan. But Viz Media came out and was just like, oh, hey, yeah, we're doing it too.
hey, we forgot to tell you.
So, something I'm kind of curious about is that the only other Nintendo manga we've ever seen was Legend of Zelda.
Okay. Yes.
I mean, I can see where possibly, like, you know, where Splatoon can go story-wise. Maybe, like, the whole turf war thing. That can be a thing.
Sure, whatever that is.
But, like, it's just, like, you know, people, like, there's two teams and they fight over, you know, turf. And they have to cover it in ink and things like that. But, like, it's interesting because you don't see Nintendo branch off like this a lot with their IPs. And I guess Splatoon is a big thing. It is.
Yeah.
And so seeing them do this with Splatoon is really weird because from the last one being Zelda, which is really popular and, you know, like a really beloved Nintendo character, and, you know, there's stories there to tell and things like that with, like, beautiful artwork and things like that. But, like, Splatoon is just, like, I never played the first one, so I can't really say if there's a story. To my understanding, there's really not. So making a manga is just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, it should be weird to everyone because it's like, what are you even doing with it? It makes no sense.
Yeah. So we're gonna do one more topic, and then I guess we can talk about off topic and non-anime things if we want to. There's one I want to talk about.
Okay.
So our last topic here is a very depressing Pokemon anime episode.
Oh yes.
So I don't watch Sun and Moon. I haven't watched the Pokemon show in forever.
Yeah.
I think I started watching some episodes when Indigo League came onto Netflix.
Yeah, I watched like 20 episodes and I was like, well, I quit. I'm done.
But I haven't watched the anime in forever. So, reading through this and what happens in this episode, holy shit. Because, like, this Pokemon, they find a Pokemon under a bridge that has a cough, and, like, a Litten comes by and visits him, and then they take it to a hospital, and he has, like, an IV and everything, and then, like, obviously he dies. They don't come out and say that he dies.
No.
It's very obvious.
But it is obvious.
And so, like, fuck. Like, I mean, the biggest thing I can think, like the darkest thing to happen in Pokemon is, like, the first movie is it Pikachu when he turns to stone, or is it Ash?
I don't know.
In the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo's like, fuck you.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's Ash. Sad Pokemon scene. Sad Pokemon scene. First movie. Oh, that's not how you spell movie. Yeah, it's Ash.
Okay.
Mewtwo turns Ash into stone, and, like, Pikachu's crying and shit like that. But, like, fuck. Like, they're just like, a Pokemon dies. Pokemon can die. Like, fuck you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's probably... I mean, I don't think anyone assumed that Pokemon were immortal.
I mean, yeah, but it was just, like, it was never, like this explicitly, like, a whole episode dedicated to it.
Well, they wanted to address it, I guess. They were like, death is a thing. The kids need to know.
Dude, fucking... Where is Stoutland? Asked Rota in Pokedex. Don't ask that, Professor
Kookaloo Boo Boo from Hawaii.
Kooky replies. But, fuck. I don't know, man. It hits me. Like, I was depressed reading the thing.
Really?
Like, I didn't even watch the fucking episode, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is really depressing.
I read it and I was like, yeah, I can see how that's depressing, but I don't give a shit.
Okay, so apparently it was the second half of Pokemon's 20th anniversary double episode.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was part of the anniversary. I knew it was a back-to-back thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was, yeah.
And they chose the dog Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because it's most closely related to our pets.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes it more messed up or more relatable.
Does it being more relatable make it more messed up?
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, fuck.
These are the real questions.
I mean, it's an interesting topic to tackle, and I guess you
Yeah.
gotta hit it eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's a thing that you see now in some things is like these cartoons that are meant for kids actually try to tackle more serious topics every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because I watched Korra, Legend
Hmm.
of Korra. It was really good, and in the end, uh, like her best friend, uh, they're like talking, and then I don't remember the whole thing, but there was like this spirit world thing, and they're like, let's go explore the spirit world together, blah blah blah, and it
Hmm.
was like I totally got this like vibe. I was like, are they like a thing? And the creators wanted them to be, it was like a gay relationship. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So just like I learned death from fucking Caillou.
Caillou.
Yeah. Because like a bird dies, like he wants to take care
Oh,
of this bird, and the bird dies, and Dad's like, "Well, everyone dies."
and you were, and then your little kid mind was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, I think I went to my dad crying, and I was like, I don't want to die.
And then you got the mom who's like, I don't want this Caillou shit on the TV no more.
But yeah,
Oh gosh.
yeah, fuck. Yeah, because like kid shows definitely do more kid like Caillou is obviously a fucking kid show.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a wide audience like
Mm.
cartoons have nowadays.
Yeah.
But
Cartoons.
they definitely hit things that sometimes will go over kids' heads.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, and they're obviously not supposed to understand until they're older. But no, Caillou just came out and was just like, yeah, people die. Everyone dies.
Like you're gonna die.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
could die in the next 5 minutes. I don't know. And every kid was forever traumatized.
Fucking exactly. So we're done with our anime related topics. Is there anything you want to talk about that is not anime related?
Nothing that comes to mind right now.
Okay, so I want to talk about something.
Go for it.
Been playing this fantastic game recently. It's called
Uh-huh.
Slime Rancher.
Oh yeah. That game's awesome.
It's fucking amazing, dude. They just released an update where you can customize your colors and things like that, and you can like kind of change the look of your ranch, and you can buy like toys for your slimes and things like that. And holy fuck, I've been having a lot of fun with that game.
Yeah, I watched Mark play it for a
Yeah.
while.
But no, it's totally worth like I have it on Xbox. I don't know how much it is on Steam. I know it's not on PS4, but it was $20 for me, and it was totally worth it. It's in the game preview thing or like the early access, so it's not like a complete game yet. But
Hmm.
what's there is totally enough. And the fact that they're still adding stuff, and like it comes to Xbox maybe like a week later at most. It's really cool, and it's a really fun game, and I can't recommend it enough.
Cool.
Because you have your corrals, and like you can upgrade your corrals, and like you can combine slimes, so they poop out 2 plorts, and then you can sell them. And if you give them their favorite food, they give you double the plorts, so you can get like 4 plorts from people, and
Right.
it's pretty top. And then they added a new area called the docks, which was really nice. And they added like a whole new thing where it's like your best friend sends you letters. I think your family sends you letters, and you find this dude named H that leaves you notes and things like that in different areas about why he came to like the far ranch and things like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, they're always adding stuff, and it's really fucking cool. And I would highly recommend playing that game.
Cool.
Um. So yeah, I think we can wrap up here.
All right.
Jack, drop that, you idiot.
You,
um.
you fucking retard.
Yeah, Jack probably has to go outside. So we're gonna wrap this up here. So thank you for listening to the episode 0.1 of the Borderline Otaku podcast. It's been yours truly, Borderline Otaku.
And Alex.
You can. I'm not sure if Alex, if you have a Twitter at all.
Well, I do have a Twitter that I never ever look at or post anything on.
Okay. But as you all know,
I don't even know what it is called.
but as you guys know, you can follow me on Twitter at Borderline Anime. comment, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Check out the links to all the stuff down below. Those are going to be there. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
See ya.